Hi there and welcome to Story Time with Uncle Bill. This is Fit in the Year, the road to six-pack abs. We're doing some shoulders today, folks. And you're one of those people that wake up and you need a coffee or a soda, something to drink. You need a half hour to wake up or an hour to get ungroggy. I hear it all the time. I'm one of those people, regardless of when I wake up, that after I get up from falling asleep, whether that be 30 minutes or 8 hours, that I never see, probably the most I ever sleep is 5. Lucky for that 5 too. Happy to be up and ready to go instantaneously. Go use the bathroom, brush your teeth, take a shower, shave. Instantly ready. Don't need any prep. I'm gonna have to eat before I leave. I always eat. I do everything I just said, and I eat before I leave the house. Guaranteed. I do all that. If you see me outside of my house, I've done all that. I'm not leaving the house without it. Smell good. Very presentable. Even if my clothes, they got paint on it or grass or dirt stains because I'm a landscaper or the painter. They're clean, smell good. You're supposed to look professional at all times. Every time. So before you work out, though, you want to make sure that you, as ultra resistant, to make sure you can be more harmful than helpful. You're fully hydrated. You ate, worked out a little bit, moved around, maybe stretched afterwards. Come with a positive attitude, ready to do a workout. Every time I wake up happy. Wake up happy for a lot of different reasons. But I'll be 47 this month or this year. And it feels good to twist without my back hurting. I'm over here sketchy about it too. If you ever had your lower back going out, and I just had, I spent 4 days on the shelf. 4 days hurting, 6 days on the shelf. One of the biggest reasons I'm thankful for it is I'm not locked up. Nobody's jail or prison. Spent 5 years in federal prison, 30 county jails, 5 prisons. One of the reasons why I make these videos is to try to get you, if you're into illegal activity, to stop. Maybe there's some things you don't realize and you're not watching prison videos. Because there's a lot of them. There's a lot. 60 days in. Scared straight. Locked up abroad. Maybe just like watching small YouTubers. So I'm going to help you out. If you're getting in trouble, first thing you got to do is you got to be willing to lose your family. That's number one. You got a girlfriend, you got a wife, you got kids. You can't go to jail. You can come to visit. Sometimes 30 minutes, an hour. Depends upon which jail. Damn, I moved the camera. Wow. Let's see how bad that is. Which way to go, people? Can you tell? Oh, man. That looks all right. So, like, the first rule is the people on the outside, they can't be number one no more. You'll lose your damn mind. For how long? Depending upon what you're doing. Oh, man. I didn't think about that. Hold on, excuse me. No, I still should be in the shot. Let me come down just a little. Just okay. How long would you wait? You're gonna run out of money trying to call every day. See how she's doing, wondering who she's messing with. If you're an insecure guy, stop now. And most of the time, man, probably ain't even doing anything. It's just in your head, but you can't get over it. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. You be calling your homeboys up, spending that money. Go check on my grocery in it. You walking around the dorm in your cell, tripping. Call her every name in the book. Thinking she with Jose or David or Bob, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, her mom is in the hospital dying. And now all of a sudden you're accusing her of cheating. See, there's a lot of things, man. A lot of things. Because your head will play tricks on you. That's the first thing you do, play tricks on you. Everybody's against you. You know, you're doing all this help for people. You're looking out, you're paying car notes, you're paying the rent. You got money, you balling. You're giving up the money. So when you go to jail, when you go to prison, those people didn't have money in the first place. Now you expect them to help you out. Calling them names. Yo, I looked out for you the whole time. I looked out for you for 20 years. You ain't got $20 for me? They never had the $20. And you know that. But you got to have something to bitch about. Because you're locked up. It'll drive you crazy, man. It'll drive you crazy. Because you got the power now. Right now, you got the power. The real power that you have is being able to say, I can get out now. That's the real power. Because I'm going to keep talking about what you'll be risking. The family, your girl, your son, your daughter, holidays, birthdays, Valentine's Day coming up. There ain't nothing but men in federal prison. Ain't nothing but men in state prison. The county jail you going to, ain't nothing but men. Who you giving a Valentine's Day to? Huh? That's what it's like. That's what reality is. But you don't see it like that because you balling. Because you're going to go buy your girl a $1,000 necklace, $10,000 necklace, a gold ring, a bracelet. Take on a fancy cruise. Because you're balling right now. You're balling. And I feel you, dog, man. I feel you. Girls be out there balling too. I see them. You're just one step away, you know. One step away from death. One step away of being locked up. And there'll be some time when you locked up, you think you wish you died. Especially if you get a whole lot of time. And listen, if you're dealing with coke, crack, crystal meth, heroin, producing any of that stuff, you're going to be in you're 10, 15, 20 years life. Forever. You're never getting the hell out. You're going to be old when you get out. Your kids are going to be graduated and retired when you get out. You're going to miss the birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgivings, Halloween, Mother's Day, Father's Day. You miss it all, man. It eats at you. You can see guys come and go. And it's like, damn. Then the days turn to weeks. The weeks turn to months. And the months turn to years. And a lot of things never change. At the same time, it's changing at a rapid rate. And every year you're behind. you're playing catch up in a system that wants you to stay back. Luckily, they do. I mean, if you get in trouble, there's shit that you can take advantage of now. That you could try to take advantage of while you're out here. That's what I'm going to recommend you do. But if you do get in trouble, maybe the next video, we talk about the ways you can take advantage of it. This one, we're going to talk about prevention. Why it's good? Why it's a good reason not to. So listen, I understand. I really understand. I'm gonna stop saying listen here in a minute. Maybe family ain't enough. Maybe you can look at your wife and kids and say, hey, I got to make this money. They already know it. I mean, hell, you doing it. And maybe you doing it and they don't. I'm just going to go lightweight, folks. I don't even feel like. Pretty scared of my back. I'm going to do some shoulder dumbbell presses when you come up, blowing out. Don't touch the dumbbells all the way to the top, all the way down to the shoulders, breathing in through the nose. All that money we got. I mean, that's why we're balling. That's why we're doing. That's why we're getting in trouble, right? We're making money, selling dope, stealing cars, stealing some shit, embezzling, extortion. What you do? What they call it? Seen a lot of doctors, a lot of nurses for what do you call it? Insurance fraud. For the money. You're gonna have nothing. They taking all that money and they're gonna charge you. They're gonna charge you. They can give you what do they call that? Restitution. You need to pay the restitution. You have done the wrong for so long, and we deemed you blah blah blah, and we're gonna give you $10,000. You need to pay us a restitution. How much of the money you make do you want to spend on a lawyer? Or you want a court-appointed attorney? Because you ain't thinking about that. Nobody ever thinks about getting caught. So this is what I recommend you doing. If you're doing anything illegal, look it up for your state. Look it up. Or ask somebody in another state, look it up. For however you got to look it up, just look up the crime that you're doing. I don't care what it is, look it up. Speeding. Possession of whatever drug you got, and then if you're selling it, manufacturing, if you doing a whole bunch of delivery and attention with the intent to sell, if you're a hitman, you all the high ones we already know that. Little thing, look it up, see if it's worth it. So when you see 6 to 8 months, you willing to do that? When you see 5 to 10 years, are you willing to do that? Think about that now. And the more people you got, of course, that just means more people is telling. And look, they go to Johnny. Johnny gets busted. You big time. Johnny gets busted with an ounce of dope. They tell Johnny you're going to give Johnny 20 years. But if Johnny tells on you, Johnny will get 5 years probation. Johnny don't want to go to jail. Johnny can't do 1 year. Johnny can't do 1 day in jail. But Johnny been Yo, man, I never stitch. I'm ride or die all day. Johnny can't do one day. And you don't think about it. You see them cops, they pull out them handcuffs and they tell you to turn around. Funny, I go get a drink right in the middle of that, right? Turn around and spread them. Life changes. Sometimes, they just do that and hold you, let you go. You got to go to booking. Phrases that you should never know. Gotta get handcuffed, photographed, mug shot. The infamous mug shot. You ever had a mug shot? Ain't nothing to be proud of. You already know it ain't nothing because it means it sucks. It means your ass went to jail. I got a bunch, folks. I got a damn bunch. Over 30 county jails. A couple charges. Money gone. Seen rich guys, millionaires, and money is gone. You made $1 million. All that money, all the money you making. You made $1 million yet? Because millionaires don't got no money no more. It's gone. They'll just say, hey, look, everything you got, we'll take it. And you now are, a long time ago, oh, I'm going to put this in my mama's name, or I'm going to put this in my daughter's name, and put this so the people can't get many down with that shit. They come after all that. Don't think that you could ever beat them. People have already told on them that we're better than you, how everything works, and keep telling. They keep telling. You hear it all the time, snitch, 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 snitch. Just pretend you're being snitched on. So it's probably, we're going to do some Marnos, which is almost the same thing. Press, when you're coming down, come in the back of your palms, the back of my hands, the palm should be facing me. You should see the back of my hands. Go up, don't touch the weight, don't bang the weight ever. Coming in, through the nose, out through the mouth. You're going to have it. Enjoy it. Enjoy the hell out of it. If you're smart, you save it right now and stop. Just tell everybody that's part of your team, stop. I'm done. We got to come up with better ways to make money. Use that money and come up with a better way. I mean, there's all kind of things you could do to invest to make money. Or help somebody else invest to make money. Help somebody else start a business. Help somebody else wish you. The hell kind of word is that? Because it's going to be gone, man. The Fed's going to get it. The state's going to get it. They work hard to get that stuff. Don't be mad because that's their job. That's their job. Don't ever be mad at the cops for doing their job. It's illegal. Look, I'm not really into selling drugs, but I want to make the money. I like the lifestyle. It just tends to have a different kind of drawing when you're around drug dealers, when you're around high-profile people. Drug dealers ain't no different than sports stars or actors or celebrities. People that got money and shit and doing it, having fun. I had a ton of fun around them. Because you know what it was? Because I'm a straight up dude. I knew when there was nobody around, I'm the person that you talk to. I've heard everybody I've ever talked to have heard their darkest secret. It's tough. And some of that stuff is tough. I can tell you, if I've talked to, we'll just say small numbers because it's a lot bigger. If I talk to 100 women, 100 women have either been molested or raped. I don't think I've ever, like, maybe 5 or 6 women have said they honestly ain't never had anything happen to them, but all the rest of them had some kind of story, and it never really was a stranger. It was a brother, or an uncle, a dad, a stepdad, the neighbor next door, her best friend's dad. Women on women. Some that turned into like casual, unwanted relationships. If that's even possible to even say. And I've seen so many of them dudes, man, go down, go to prison, come back, go to prison, come back, go to prison, come back. I talk to them every time. They talk and it only does so much. I mean, once people make their mind up, they're going to do what they do. They do what they do. And, the saying, you're either going to end up in jail or prison. Most of the people that dealt drugs that I know did. Fentanyl got them. It's crazy, too, because it's like 30 or 40 people. It's a lot. I've known a lot of drug dealers in my life. It's a lot. It's all over, too, man. There's a lot of hardcore cats in there. People that, real ride or die. You can go sideways on it. Just you should see the bottom of the dumbbell. Just pull it straight to the sky. Next is gonna so you're gonna lose your family, you're gonna lose all your money. Now you're going into jail like the day you was born. Naked, because they're gonna strip your ass down because you've been fingerprinted, you've been mug shot. You're gonna be asked to take your clothes off, open your mouth, lift your tongue, lift your armpits, lift your pee-pee, lift your balls, turn around, spread them, cough. Every time you go in and out, if you get transferred. I've had that happen probably about 2,000 times. And I think I've liked absolutely none of them. It's probably the most humiliating thing that you could go through. Sometimes there's like 5 or 6 people just right there looking at you. You got your asshole spread like you're in a porno. Like, what are you looking for in there? And I know, listen, I seen people shove all kind of shit in their ass. Ain't nothing you can do about it. What you looking? I'll be like, man, you looking for Bin Laden in there? What you looking in there for? Why don't you shove shit in my ass? But the reality is, a whole bunch of people do, and they have to see you do too. That's what you are. They don't care how good of a person you are or anything. Once you get caught for that crime, mine was weed. I busted with marijuana. You ever seen Half Baked? where old Bob Saget, weed? That's not a drug. You ever suck dick for crack? For weed? I have. I seen him. If you never seen Half Baked, watch it. If you never seen Half Baked on weed, watch it like that. It's even funnier. That's actually a line in the movie too. But your fight game, because the odds are, no, you're going like this. Somebody's gonna try you. If you're small, somebody's gonna try to take from you. If you big, that's how people prove themselves. Lord have mercy, if you go into a cell, there's just a bunch of big dudes. And I have walked into a bunch of pods, a bunch of cells, and been way bigger than everybody. Just a bunch of small people. And never had no problem walking in there with some giants. Man, I have seen some big ass cornbread, fucking cow toting, excuse my language, I know I'm doing a lot of cussing. Cow toting, not even big barrels of hay, not them little barrels you buy. I'm talking about the big wheelbarrow hay. Big dudes like the Green Mile guys, where you just hope, because it's gonna be life or death. Hope that these dudes don't have a bad day. And that, sometimes that's what it's about. Because they could be the best guys on earth. I'm a nice guy. Come over me and spit in my face to do something disrespectful. Pull one of them triggers I got. And everything changed. I seen it, man. Sometimes I seen a dude had 3 days left, less than a week. Good dude. Play football with him. We're gonna do some lateral raises to the side. Come up, you're gonna stop right at your shoulder, right at your chin. That's how you know each time. Hold it up there. I don't even know if I'm gonna use any weights. You can use the weights if you want to. He needed to use the phone. He needed to use the phone bad. And in the federal system, before they came up with a new phone system, you could just keep talking on the phone, but it would only let you talk for 15 minutes. So when the 15 minutes up, it would hang up the phone on you, and you could just hang up the phone, pick it up, and dial out again. Well, sometime 99 or 2000, they put a limit on how many minutes you could talk on the phone, and you had to wait. You can only talk for 15 minutes, and you had to wait at least an hour before you could talk on the phone again. And there's ways to get around it. You know, you can have use somebody else's. You can take your and they already know this. I'm not snitching on the dry snitch or anything, but like I would go like Johnny over here. Johnny, I put the number that I want to call on Johnny's phone list. And so when my 15 minutes is up, I would dial out from Johnny's phone, and then everything would be cool. Because you have your own personal number. And like Johnny ain't supposed to give me his number. If I got caught doing that, we would both be in trouble because Johnny gave me his number, and there ain't no way around it. Only Johnny got his number. But it happened all the time. I mean, it happened all the time. But before it did, it was like he had to get a hold of his lawyer, or maybe like he needed to get some money sent in. I can't remember what the hell it was, but it was something. Well, it wasn't worth what happened. He had to use the phone, and he kept telling the dude, there was 3 of them in there, and they for whatever reason he only targeted one of them. Hey man, you use the phone. I use the phone, man. Dude said, "Fuck you," and he took that phone, and he got 5 extra years. And lucky he only got the 5 extra years. At least that's what I heard anyway. I never saw him again. He just took the phone and beat the dude. Just beat him down. You know how you ever seen how heavy a pay? It was a pay. They look like pay phones. One of them old. There's blood all over the place before they got it cleaned up. Gone. Good dude. He just needed to use the phone. Fight game, man. And you got to go through county jail first, and that's county jail is different than prison. Normally, county jail focus. Prisons are too, but normally the people in there are locals, so they're all related, man. So or they know each other. They went to school together. They 6th, 7th generation cousins. I mean, Lord have mercy. There gang members in there, and when you start dealing with them gangs, you might not never even seen a gang except on TV. You know what I mean? West Side Story is the only gang you know, but they're real. Blood, the Crips, MS-13, Latin Kings. There's so many of them, man. That's just the ones I see. You can't be no kind of disrespectful. I don't want you even talking to them. And no disrespect, guys. They family. They brothers. They part of they they complete each other. They willing to die for each other. What you willing to die for? Who that you don't know? Because that's what you're going to end up making. You're going to have to make friendships. You're going to have to make alliances. Man, you could be at home with your girl, doing adult things. You know what I mean? Because when you're in prison, dudes, man, dudes. There's dudes that want to do it too. They want to do it. They want to do what you want to do. What you want to do to a girl, they want to do to you. And they had that, and that ain't no girls. But there's you. And they're not gay. They're not gay. You're gay. Never understood that shit. Have beautiful wives. You see their wives. I never had a visit, but I saw them come and go. Beautiful wives, beautiful girlfriends, smoking ass. We talk about drug dealers and doctors and lawyers. I was in federal prison. I mean, people were high dog. You got to normally it's some kind of high profile money crime and stuff. In there with gangsters, all kind of Italian mafia dudes. You can look it up. But I got the FCI Fort Dix, New Jersey in May of '99, and I left there in I think July 2001, and I got the FPC Seymour Johnson, and I want to say it was September of 2001, and left there in 2002, and left in April of 2004. Something like that. I was happy to get the hell out of here too. Oh. So many fights. I can't even tell you. It'd be hard to imagine how many fights I've damn seen, how many stabbings, how many brawls, beat downs. Very rarely do you see one-on-one fights. They might start out as one-on-one. Very rare. Somebody always gonna get a cheap shot in. And you see people that wouldn't bust a grape if the floor was covered with them and they had on steel boots. Get little sucker punches in and shit. Looking weak with it too. I never was that dude, man. I just didn't want that problem. Somebody's always looking for retaliation, and in a place like that, man, you just never know. You ever thought about it? Another thing. You ever thought about carrying a shank? You probably, maybe you one of them people who say, I'm a convicted felon, so I can't have a gun around me, much less have a gun. Maybe you carry a gun. That's gone. You can cancel Christmas on that shit. You don't have to worry about ever carrying that again. I mean, they say after like so many years you can get that stuff back, but for however your hunting license, all that stuff's gone. That's other things, you know what I mean? But let's go back. So, you ever you know how to make a shank? You smoke cigarettes? Because they don't even sell cigarettes. So cigarettes gonna be like $100, $150 a pack. Do you know how to make a makeshift lighter with a battery and some with some bubble gum? What's the bubble gum for? I might show a tutorial on all that. I can. I smoked cigarettes back in the day. And it's almost been 10 years since I quit smoking cigarettes, and I used to smoke 3 packs every day. Serious problem. Quit cold turkey. One of the proudest things I ever did, man. And if you are smoking cigarettes, you can't quit. Or if you got any kind of problem, any kind of addiction, you can stop. You're worth it, man. You're actually paying yourself to kill yourself. If you think about it. Regardless of what you're doing. And I'm all about a good time and doing things that relieve stress, and you're not going to live forever. Just don't let it be a problem to you or anybody else. Beat downs, man. You know, three times a day you're going to get something to eat, and it's going to come in a tray or it's going to come in a box. They're all hard plastic. They can all be used as weapons. You're not thinking about that, man. The guard, you just yell. You just get in there getting your ass beat. And somebody come up and say, hey, Dan over here, he's a snitch. Dan ain't told on shit. Dan's in there for child support because he got laid off, and Dan's a really good dude, but Dan got to do 45 days because that's what the judge said he got to do for not paying child support. But he looks like somebody that snitched. He just looks like a cop. Matter of fact, this dude's having a bad day and wants somebody to beat up, so he's just going to say that because he knows that's going to get the inmates riled up. So now Dan, he got to face the committee because they're going to come to him and say, hey, you need to go to cell such and such, or you need to go behind the stairs, or you need to go in the bathroom. Popular places to fight. Dan, he don't want to go. Dan ain't no fighter. Dan's a lover. Dan has 2 cats. A loving wife and a daughter that adores him. But when he was 19 years old, he had a fling, and he got this girl pregnant, and him and that girl couldn't make it work, and he got to pay child support, and he's behind $500. He's in county jail, being accused of snitching. He don't want to go, so they give you a little bit. They give you an option. You have an option in this situation. You have one or two things. You can either get your ass over to cell 5 right now, or we'll drag your ass. That's going to happen. Or B, you could go tell the guard right now that you need to check in. You need protective custody. You need help. I mean, at this particular time, you can probably come close to seeing Jesus because nobody likes to snitch. And they're going to see you as nothing but a snitch. They don't see Dan because they don't know Dan. And they believe this dude because he's been in jail. And Dan don't want to be a snitch. Dan don't want to get his ass beat. Dan's stuck. Decision's been made. There is no choice now. And Dan gets killed. Let's go worst case scenario. Dan gets raped. Let's go worst case scenario. Gets raped or wish he died. You know how many times something like that's happened, folks? Don't think it won't happen to you. I can tell you now, it never happened to me. It didn't happen to me. I'm too big. Everything in the wild, I don't give a damn what it is. From the lion, the tiger, the shark, the bear, it will always go after the weaker, the women, the babies, the sick. Just is what it is. I will cause you harm. And there's a difference between being big, and there's a difference between being big and aggressive, and there's a difference between being big, aggressive, and violent. And I'm the last one. And things that instantly go wrong fast with me, and I'm in complete control. It's scary, and it has to be, because I'm not nothing to play with. I'm not. Listen. I want you to look at me real carefully. I'm nothing to play with. It is play with. That means coming over into my yard, which I would never do to yours, and causing some kind of disruption that would upset your mom if she knew she did it. That's what I'm talking about. Because I'm a reflection of my mom. Everything that I do, I'm willing to tell my mom. I could come to my mom and say, hey, look, Ma, I ain't proud, but I did this. Can you? Can the things that you do, can you go to your mom and look at her and say, I'm not proud of nothing that I've done? A lot of you hold secrets. I don't have to. And it doesn't mean I'm proud of the things I've done or ashamed of them. It happened. And just like I tell you, I've told everybody that's ever crossed my path. A lot of people handle things differently. I choose to be nice and do kind things and help others because it makes me feel good, and I see how it helps others. I see when just a smile or a how you doing or a hey, what's up, or I was thinking about you, or because I care, man. I'm one of them real, like, I don't just, when people are talking to me, I'm not just listening. I'm visualizing. I'm going on that journey with you. I'm not trying to think of the next thing that I want to say. Matter of fact, my brain is cut off, and I'm enjoying being a part of your story. And it's because of that I've been able to hear a lot of, man, just amazing things that have happened in people's life. A lot of good, a lot of good, a lot of good. But the problem is, I've heard, and it's not a problem. It's just a part of, I hear all the bad, or as much as the bad that you want to let out. I've seen so many tears, rivers and rivers and rivers of tears, rivers, and I've seen the release. I've seen the weight lift off the shoulders. I've seen baggage 30, 40, 50 years. I've never told nobody this. Oh my God, I feel so much better. Thank you so much. And you have to absorb it. You have to take it in and hold it for them. The good and the bad. And then people look at you differently. They talk about you differently. They treat you differently. You instantly become family in a lot of aspects, in a lot of different ways. And there's no greater feeling. It's one of the things where I wake up. Not only that I'm not free, but I have those friendships. I always tell people I don't have anything, but I have the keys. The keys to a lot of houses, the keys to a lot of cars, the access to them. Hey, can I come over? I need to borrow this. I need to do that without hesitation. sleep in the same bed with your wife. Take your kids, pick your kids up. You're not worried at all that I'm going to sleep with somebody. You're not worried at all that I'm going to take something from you. You're not worried about shit. It's Uncle Bill. He's that guy. And sometimes the only thing I've ever done was listen. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth so you can hear more and talk less. And when I do talk, I make sure it counts. You'll never, and if you know, one of the things you can always tell somebody's listening how they conversate with you, how they took what you said and interacted, and you can talk about things. I want to talk about things. Sometimes that releases all you need to let go of depression, to let go of anxiety, to trip up a mental illness, because a lot of things that you stuck in your head. You don't have that distraction. You don't have the confidence. You don't have the security. You don't have it's all understanding. You have to understand yourself. You have to understand your triggers. You have to understand the people around you, your lifestyle, people, places, and things. Are they triggering you? Are you prone to getting in trouble? Because this was all about getting in trouble, not getting in trouble anymore, staying the hell out of trouble. Because once you get in, you know, you got to go through the probation and the supervised release and all that other stuff. And you like, oh my God. And I ain't got to tell you about fighting. You hear about it. Or stabbings. You ever carried a shank? It's the right time to carry a shank, folks. Do you know how to make a shank? Can you make a shank out of a toothbrush? Out of a sheet of paper? Man, they get crafty. Out of a piece of plastic? Out of one of the bars? Or you just say no. Just stop. You got a big pile of dope, get it the hell out of your damn possession. Be lucky you got away with it. When it's gone, don't ever touch it again. Get down on your knees, thank God, or whoever you prayed to, that you made it. You made it. You're going to make a better way and find a way. Do some research, man. There's a lot of cool things. There's a lot of cool ways to make money that you don't realize. A lot of like food testers. They got people that all they do is test food. Drink testers. That's all they do is test drinks. When I worked at the Smithfield Packing, went around and watched people wash their hands, folks. About like 2 hours of my day was washing people's hands. Your hands ain't clean. Wash your hands better. I never said that, but serious. One at a time. One damn person at a time. A whole line of people. Wash your hands. That's what I got paid for. They got paid to wash their hands. It would take like 30 minutes. It would take a long time. Everybody got paid. That's the process. When you go to jail and you got to do that stuff, you don't get paid for it. Oh, no, you do get paid. Actually, you do get paid. 12 cents an hour. That 12 cents, I think that's $5. $5 a month. That's in federal prison. I don't know what state is. That's what it was anyway. When I got out in 2004. 15 cents an hour. I think it's like $5.75 you make a month. Now, I was a grade 1. So I made top pay. I made 40 cents an hour. That's the most money. I don't give a damn if Gordon Ramsay came to prison and me and him cooked side by side. I would make $40 and he would make 30. I would make 40 cents an hour. He make 30 cents because I'm the grade 1. I'd give him the grade 1 and he would still only make 40 cents an hour. if you got a 50% bonus, the most money you could ever make, top dollar. I mean, screaming, the damn guard screaming that he's paying you too much, $120 a month. I work every single day. I work 7 days a week. I work 28, 30, or 31 days, however many days in a month, for all them years. Every damn day, I never just didn't take a day off. Except when I went to hole. Never took a day off. Loved it. Love working in the kitchen. Seen a lot of fights, seen a lot of stabbings in there. That's a big place. People want their damn food. You ever got stabbed over food? Cutting in line? No, it's like in the top 5 places: the microwave, the phone, the cafeteria, the TV. Microwave, phone, TV, cafeteria, microwave, phone, TV. There's 4. That's your high profile. That's where people gotta wait, and that's the whole thing. Wait. Everybody's impatient. Everybody wants their shit now. Everybody got to use the phone. Everybody got to use the microwave. Everybody wants to eat first. You are in the way. Cause any kind of problem, and shit to get out. I mean, man, fast. And it takes a long time, man. And it ain't like you guard, and then it's like there's a whole group of guards, and everybody. No, man, that's not how shit works. It could take a long time. Sometimes too long, man. I seen blood everywhere. Seen like 30 people beating up on one dude. Chairs. I mean, these eyes and ears, man. Screaming to tell you to stop. I don't care what you're doing. Stop. If it is going to get you into trouble, that you have to go to jail and face jail time or prison, stop. Because there's a couple things that you can think about. You willing to risk your family? All your money. It's gone, folks. It's just not even there. It's ghost money. Is your fight game strong? And can you make a shake and a cigarette lighter? And we'll probably do all that. Probably won't do it on the workout session. My back's still a little sore, and I'm just scared to do anything. Because I did more talking than any working out. Appreciate you hanging with me, man. Like I said, if you are getting in trouble, it's a lot easier than you think. It's a lot easier, and it's going to be worth it. Worth it. If you can't hit that like button, share the video, subscribe if you haven't.